everybody, and welcome back to the Big Show. So this week, after a little bit of trying to figure out what the hell we were going to go over, I come to the conclusion that we're going to go over things that I believe are fairly questionable things happening, like history and stuff like that, but nobody questions. They just let happen because we're just so used to it. Right? And it's
I genuinely don't like where this is going.
It's going to be a great time. Oh, yeah, because you don't know anything I didn't tell you about what these questionable things are. It's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be awful. I have nothing but bad feelings.
But there are three main, things that I'm trying to cover here. All right? So the first thing is language. Okay?
Okay.
Who the fuck just decided to stand up, make mouth noises, and was like, oh, that's language now. Everybody has to learn this. This is our communication.
I'm sorry. I can't. I just imagine just three cavemen sitting in a circle around a fire. They're all just like ooh, 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 and one of them is like ooh, 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 hello, and the other one's like oh, oh, we didn't start out with just like full sentences, obviously.
No,
I mean. I don't know what the first language ever was. I just know English was not the first language ever. We're literally three languages in a trench coat.
Yeah, absolutely. Or even when it comes to writing, or languages, even writing, same thing. Who just decided to make scribbles? And it was like that's the what our language looks like. That's like I don't even know what this language. I don't even know what this language is. I don't understand, especially since the question deepens, especially because there's so many different languages and dialects throughout the world. It's like, oh yeah, freaking hello in English is obviously hello, and then there's bonjour in French, and then freaking so on and so forth. So it's not just one caveman standing up, but oh, this is it. It's another one saying, oh, this is it, and a different fucking something else coming up with something the fuck else to say for the same thing that dude said, just because he's feeling kind of fucking fancy.
Well, believe it or not, Joe, language started at the exact same time as music. Back when Adam and Eve were in the garden, Adam was like, everybody clap your hands. And they both started clapping. So that's where it all starts. That's the origin.
Sometimes I question our friendship.
You can't disprove my theory. Well, you can disprove my theory.
I think we can, but it's okay.
You can just Google all of these things that we're talking about.
Yes. But it's just one of those things that nobody thinks about because you just grow up and you, obviously, you learn to talk as a kid and everything else like that.
Well, that's just a lie. I think about language all the time. I think it's mostly, though, because I am currently trying to teach myself Spanish, but before that I was trying to teach myself French. And there are a lot of, common words in French.
Yeah, because Spanish and French are both originated from Latin.
Yeah, those things, transfer over.
The same thing with Italian.
I've never learned Italian. I want to learn French, Spanish, and then German, because I've heard German is the most, closely connected with English.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
My favorite German word is Krankenwagen, which is just ambulance.
Oh, my favorite one is Apfel.
It's a wagon that you croak in. It's the ambulance.
My favorite one is Apfel or Apfel. It's just apple, but there's an extra letter. It's what is the point?
Apfel.
It's silly.
It is. It's absolutely silly.
So that is your first question, is language.
That was the first one. Is where did it come from? Who decided to do that? And the third one, or the second one more is food. All right? Obviously, as humans, you have an inert instinct to be hungry, right? You have an inert instinct to eat.
Well, yes.
How the fuck did we know what to eat?
Well, it's funny.
What absolute mad lad, after they come over the languages and shit like that, was frolicking a field with their buddy, and was like, "See that cow over there? I'm gonna put that in my mouth." Who the fuck?
It's funny you asked that question, because a lot of brave souls died to figure out the answer.
Yeah, I know. That's the wild part. Was it speaking of that, was it a tit for tat thing? Because I know, people in the South here in America, we fucking eat gator and shit. Was
Yeah.
like in the fucking Egypt. I don't know if they ever did, but I'm sure you could probably eat fucking hippo. Was it one of those things?
yeah.
It's like, man, that guy fucking ate my cousin Jerry. I'm gonna eat him in fucking revenge. Like, what the fuck? Is it one of those?
So
Like,
I think
I'm confused.
I thought about it just now, but I think it's absolutely hilarious. But like, so obviously, in the world of like learning how to eat food and like learning what foods are safe, there was obviously a lot of lost heroes. But I can only imagine how many first lost heroes were followed up by 2 to 3 more. Like,
Yeah,
they're like
because
walking
it's like,
through
I don't-
a field, and
because-
they're like, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, 'cause I just imagine they're walking through a field, and they're like, "Hey Jerry, what are those red things over there? Those like red things hanging from the tree." And Jerry was like, "Hey man, I don't know. I'll go try one." And Jerry goes to eat one, and Jerry falls over, and they're like, "Man, is that good or bad?" And then they're like, "Steve, go try that red thing." And then Steve collapses, and they're like, "Huh, I guess we'll never know if that's good or bad." Steve and
Like,
Jerry might not be
see-
dead, though.
I feel like it'd be more of one of those things of a process as a process of elimination, right? Because at one point in time you had gatherers, right? So you go out and you pick 3 different kinds of berries, all right? And everybody eats the berries, and then somebody dies. Which fucking berry killed him? Oh, we don't know. We gotta figure that out, though.
The berries, I feel like, was like the hardest part, but the animals, I feel like, was super easy because, like,
See,
for the
that was
most part,
definitely going to be easier, but the
Yeah.
tricky part would be trying to figure out because a lot of animals will still eat you.
well, I mean, that was probably easy to figure out.
Yeah, I
Look
mean,
at whatever
fairly
animal
figure
gives you
out,
the
but,
side
like-
eye.
Give him the side eye. It's like, that guy's looking at me funny. I don't like it.
Whatever
Fuck.
animal you approach that looks back at you and kind of tenses up, you can be like, I probably can't get to that one yet.
It's like, you know what? I'll fucking come back another day, man. You know, I ain't got the change in my coin purse. I'll fucking come back for it.
I wanna believe that there was a lot more struggle, but then I think about the fact that humans are literally the cause for the death of the dodo bird, and
That's
I think
true.
it was probably pretty easy to survive back then. Really, you just kill a dodo bird,
It's true.
and they were fucking
true.
huge. Like I don't know if
They
you've
were
ever
not
seen.
small. No, they were.
Yeah, but I don't know if you've ever
sizable
seen the
fucking
size
animals.
comparison. Dodo birds are goddamn giant. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
they were sizable animals. It was
So
ridiculous.
it's like, if for a long time, they probably lived off like dodo bird.
Well, I mean, in Canada, but what about the rest of the world?
Fucking other birds.
All right, yeah. It's not incorrect.
Fucking,
But yeah, it just blows my mind because even like other foods, like not even just like meat, but like things like milk. Who saw a cow and was like, I'm gonna boot that fucking calf out the way and I'm gonna drink that milk. Like who the fuck?
how many people died though before they realized that you can't drink it straight?
I did fucking the same amount with the berries. Like
No.
process elimination, man. It's like, well, we
I
got
don't
3.
believe-
Like you get up in the morning and you ask the chief. It's like, all right, so who are the sacrifices to figure out what we can eat today? It's like, oh, we got Jerry, Steve, and Tom. They're fucking be here at 8:00. Like, what the fuck? Like,
I don't believe that Jerry and Steve are the only 2 people we lost to cows and their milk.
that's what I'm saying. It's just like, oh, it's like sacrifices today. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's
I
going
mean,
on.
yeah.
Or like cottage cheese, or like cheese in general. Like you fucking get the milk, all right, and then you set it down and you forget about it for 2 days, and it starts to fucking curd, and it's like, I'm gonna eat that. Like,
What I think-
why?
What I think is crazy is how we've evolved to as far as we have, because, like, okay, back then we would have never known that you can cut up cow pieces and eat them. But
Yeah.
right now, I literally have a thing of beef jerky on my desk. Like, we just, that's just normal. That's just
Yeah,
a thing.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like nobody really thinks about it because it's just a normal thing now. And it's like, oh, it's just there. Go to the market, you know, fucking whatever.
Side note, fuck the bastard who invented salmonella. Fuck that guy. Raw cookie dough is delicious, alright? And I don't want to be reminded that I could
probably
die.
invented salmonella.
Yeah, fuck who invented bacteria.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck that guy. All right, let me figure it out on my own. I get salmonella and I don't know what it is. Cool, I get to name a disease now, but let me fucking figure that out. All right, don't fucking
all
ruin
right.
my fun because you're a scientist, asshole. I wanna eat raw cookie dough without having to be like, oh, is this the day? Is today the day? that it finally
every time
takes
that
me?
I've eaten raw cookie dough, which has been not a small amount of times, I've always been fine. Like
That's what my thing is.
I've always had
I'm
like a
starting to think
stomach
it's a
ache if I
lie.
eat too much, but that's literally with anything. So
I'm starting to think it's a lie by the government. They're just trying to keep us
Probably.
from having fun.
which speaking of, that's gonna just a little hint to the question of the day at the beginning of this episode. It's gonna be great.
Fucking don't like that at all. I hate
It's-
talking about the government on Unsolved Horrors. Even it makes me uncomfortable.
It's gonna be great. But
I don't want to die by. I don't want to have a skiing accident where I get
you don't want to
17
fucking
bullets to the back of
get
the dome.
Epstein.
Yeah,
It's like, oh shit.
I'm fucking
But-
terrified of that.
Yeah, or like fucking shit, like the things that you have to actually make, like meats and shit like that. That's one thing. Or like berries and veggies and fruits. All right, those things are one thing.
Oh yeah,
But things like bread or fucking cakes,
chocolate even.
chocolate
Yeah.
even, you know, the things that you have to actually go through a process to create. You know what I mean? Who thought of like just putting this shit together and was like, oh, this is what it is now. Merry Christmas. And the first and bread has been around for literal millennia because even like
forever.
legit, because even when Christ was around, it was like the bread and the wine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or like things like wine. Who was like, I'm gonna sit these grapes down and I'm gonna drink it, and it got me a little tipsy, so I'm just kept on doing it.
Do you ever think that the guy who created Oreo ever sits down and just gets really upset about his creation?
I don't know, but he's probably dead because Oreo came out in 1920 or 1912, which is wild
Fuck.
because Band-Aids didn't come around until 1920. So Oreos are 8 years older than Band-Aids.
I mean, well, you get a boo boo, slap an Oreo on it, but like that guy, like Oreo, Doritos, and Mountain Dew are these just the three horsemen of the apocalypse when it comes to flavors. Every time I go to the store, there's just a new one, like
Yeah,
Red, White,
yeah.
and Dew, or Voltage, or Code Red, or Mountain Dew has Lady Gaga Oreos, or Peppermint Oreos.
Which
They
I
have
need to know
s'mores,
what
which are
Lady Gaga
trash.
Oreos are going to taste like. They're probably just the colors, but like,
Oh,
why?
you'd be
imagine
mind-blown.
if they were fucking taste like Lady Gaga.
Hear me out. You'll be mind blown. It's just vanilla cookie with green frosting.
See, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I figured it would be.
What is
But,
Lady
like,
Gaga about that? Am I stupid? Do I not know what Lady
fucking-
Gaga is?
I
Are the
don't
kids
know,
ahead
man.
of the times?
I don't know. Like fucking, actually, what it is the green fucking cream in there is just Lady Gaga Soylent Green. She's dead, and we just fucking made that. So
Yeah.
there you
It's
fucking
the
go.
expired meat from that dress.
Yeah, there
They
you
just
go.
turned it into a paste.
The fucking, what is it? The fucking McDonald's fucking pink goop that they make their burgers out of. It's just what
Oh,
it is, man.
Disgust. God, do you ever think about how McDonald's started out as like an actual restaurant?
Like
that
actual
served,
food
like,
and
real
shit.
burgers,
Just
and now they just
devolved.
serve meat puck.
Meat buck, yeah.
Here's
It's
your meat
evolved.
puck.
It
Here's
fucking
your
blows
meat
my
puck
mind.
between
Like
bread.
restaurants like that, it's just wild. Because they're like, oh, they got from like all restaurants. They all fucking started like with like
Fall
legitimate
from
food
grace.
and everything, and then they all just like, oh, this is just it's pink. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's what it is, man.
It's kind of funny because it's like they start out as these like high, like, you know, they're making like actual meat and they're like actually like working and all this, to here our meat puck, here our fry, have a good day.
It's like, I don't want this. It's like, that's what we got, man. So I don't know what
They
to tell you.
devolved heavily, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's just, it's a mess.
I'm terrified to move on to your third question. I really am.
Oh, yeah. So the third one is, why is it that absolutely nobody wants to acknowledge the very high possibility that Willy Wonka's a cannibal?
What? Hold on. What?
So,
No.
yeah. So,
No.
listen.
No.
Listen.
No.
Listen.
I didn't come here for this. No.
It's
I don't
great.
like it. No. I don't like it on my show.
So, Willy Wonka, the fucking movies, either Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Well, actually, no. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp. They explained what happened to the kids at the end because they all walked out too.
Yeah.
But the OG Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, you didn't see them little bastards walk out of that factory afterward. As far as I remember, it's been a minute since I've seen the movie, so I may be mistaken. But as far as I remember, they did not walk out of that. All right, so Augustus Gloop, all right, he fell in the chocolate river. He contaminated, got sucked up, got stuck. All right, and mind you, before I continue with this, Oompa Loompas in that episode, that movie, they did not explain what the fuck they ate. They didn't explain it. They're just like, oh yeah, these fucking orange dudes. They're just there. They work.
Hold on.
All right?
I don't think you're correct, though.
I don't think they went over what they eat, because I know in the 2005 one with Johnny Depp, they're like, they eat Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, they mentioned what they ate. Because they ate fucking bugs and chocolate. Yeah, it was some kind of fucking fruit and bugs and shit. But OG Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder, they didn't say shit about it. So,
okay,
they didn't mention it. So, go back to Augustus Gloop, alright? Sucked up in the thing, and he's like, oh, well, they gotta get him unstuck. The pressure from that fucking... Okay, so, that kid died, alright? Well, because not only did he fucking drown, but because he got sucked up, and the freaking suction kept going even when he got stuck. So he's sucking up all the air, so he suffocated to death in that too.
Well, yes.
Alright? And they're like, oh, we'll follow them, and they'll freaking, get him unstuck and everything else like that. Neither him nor his mother were seen again the rest of the time. Them Oompa Loompas were still fucking happy to be singing and shit like that.
Okay.
Second kid. Alright? I think it was the Violet girl, the one that blew up with the freaking turned blue.
She turned into blueberry.
Turned into a blueberry. Got a little bit of flavor to her and everything else like that. It was the gut. I can't remember exactly what happened in the original, but I know the Chocolate Factory. Charlie, it was fucking the gum. But
yeah, it was an everlasting gobstopper.
Was it an everlasting gobstopper in the original?
Yeah. No. It was gum that is 3 different meals, or like a full course meal, or something like that.
Yeah, that was the fucking Charlie. Okay.
Because she says, it tastes like, you can really taste the gravy and all that.
Yeah, because I know in the fucking, the third kid, the fucking rich, because the rich girl fucking, they changed that one, because originally it was a golden goose egg, and then it was a fucking acorn and squirrels.
Yeah, that was really fucking weird. I don't know why they changed that whole thing. Know. Okay, so you, go ahead.
And then I
have questions.
Okay, so the second one, all right, they go in, she blows up and stuff like that. They roll her out, and then they press her.
Correct.
You're crushing, you're fucking getting all the juice out and stuff like that. That shit's not going to live. So everybody, and this part isn't an uncommon thing. Most people acknowledge the fact that those kids probably fucking died. All right, but once again, what happened to the rest of their body and stuff like that, and what happened to their parents? Because their parents didn't die.
Well, yeah.
They did, but their parents that were with them didn't, and they still were never seen again from the factory. They never left.
Okay.
Right? And then the third kid, was it Mike TV next, or was it the rich girl?
Okay, so it goes Augustus, Violet, rich girl whose name escapes me currently,
and then
Mike TV.
So the rich girl, all right? In the OG, it was golden goose eggs that she was wanting, and in the remake 2005, it was fucking a squirrel nut, right? She got shoved down to the fucking
trash compactor.
The trash compactor, where they were talking about the fucking it goes down to the furnace.
Incinerator. Yeah.
Yeah, the incinerator. So she's already right into the oven.
Okay, now Mike TV. Explain Mike TV to me.
Mike TV? Okay, this one, I'm not going to lie, is a little tricky because I can't remember what happened to him in the original.
They shrunk him down.
Was it the same? They still shrunk him down?
Yep. He shrunk down and
then they could have freaking... Oh my god. Monty Python. Alright? Could have been the same thing. In one of the skits in Monty Python, they have freaking... There's 2 constables that go to a chocolate factory. Alright? Because there was bad stuff going on, like they were having complaints of people getting sick. There was one of them that was a crunchy frog. All right. Reason being, it was literally a frog that was covered in chocolate. The bones got taken out and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, well, the bone's still in it." And he's like, "Well, yeah." And he's like, "Well, of course we didn't take out the bones. That's how it gets the signature crunch." Same thing. They could have broke up little Mike and freaking put him in one of the crunch bars.
Okay. Now, my questions that I have for you involving this.
Okay.
Alright. So, you explained to me
Yes.
that they were all turned into... Augustus obviously died in the tube, and you know, fucking Violet was squished to death, and the other girl dropped into the furnace. Mike TV was in the TV. So, now my question that I have to ask you is, why did no one investigate it?
Yeah, once
If
again,
we're bringing real life theories into this show, I'm bringing real life theories into this show.
it's possible the freaking people got paid off, man, because like he's got a huge factory, he's world renowned. Like in the remake, he literally made
man
a
has
freaking
slaves.
a giant palace out of pure chocolate. You're not going to tell me he doesn't have the money to pay off the police force.
Okay, but then why aren't there people protesting the slavery
Because nobody,
of Oompa Loompas?
because the only people that knew about the Oompa Loompas were the people who went in and they all got freaking eaten or they died.
False.
Yeah, because nobody else knew about it
That-
except the people who go through for the tour.
No, that lying son of a bitch grandfather who jumped out of the bed, sprung to action, knew of the Oompa Loompas.
That's true.
He knew.
Well, I
that they
mean, hell,
existed
but he
because
was
Wonka
already
used to
fucking
have
old as shit,
workers.
so they might have fucking... Okay. But when he was a worker, he still didn't know, because he was just... When he worked in the fucking shop, it was before the factory and before he got the Oompa Loompas.
No.
And-
Don't try to change the narrative to
It's
match
not
your
changing
story.
No, it's not changing the
Because
narrative. That's actually what
no,
happened. Because if you watch
in-
the freaking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, he doesn't work like Grandpa when he worked for Willy Wonka. He didn't work in the factory. He worked in a storefront.
You lying son of a bitch.
I'm not lying.
In Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, he worked in a storefront. In
Yeah.
the other one, he worked in the factory.
Did he?
And that is the one that this theory comes from.
Okay, that's true. But okay, so even with that, fucking Willy Wonka actually got rid of all of his. Even if you're gonna put it like that, he got rid of all of his human employees before he got the Oompa Loompas. That's why he got
Okay.
Oompa Loompas, is because he got rid of all the human employees.
Well, hold on.
Because
now. Hold on.
because the human employees kept trying to steal his secrets, so he fired all of them
Yes.
and then closed down for a time, and then went and got the Oompa Loompas and then freaking opened back up.
Okay, hold on. Let me Google this real quick. Okay. 1971 is when Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory came out. That is
Yep.
the one that has Gene Wilder in it.
Yes.
You're trying to tell me, in the day and age of the 1970s, that a bunch of factory workers were laid off and not a single one of them protested? Not a single one of them went to the news and was like, hey, there's a crazy motherfucker running a chocolate factory using slaves from another country.
Once again, he would have shut down momentarily after he laid everybody off, shut down, and then come back, get the Oompa Loompas, and opened up. And before he had the tour, nobody had been in there since they reopened.
I just... There's holes in this theory. I'm gonna find them. I'm looking. I swear to God. Okay. Oh, all right. So they're all turned into candy. Is basically what you're getting at.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay. Well, Mike TV only got shrunk down and put into a TV. You're trying to tell me that
Well, I
Go
don't
ahead.
know I can't remember if they did it in the Willy Wonka fucking version
they
with Gene Wilder.
resized him in the other one.
Yeah, because they took him out of the TV and resized him in the other one. So
They took him out of the TV in that other one too.
Did they take him out of the TV?
Yeah, they said that he turned into static and was sent to another channel or some. It was some nonsense like that.
It was some bullshit
And-
like that, yeah.
So you see where the issue lies now.
For
Now
that
there's
one,
a
yeah.
child just out in space somewhere.
Yeah. Well, the still point remains his dad that was still there.
Okay, so now my theory, because you said, oh, the parents are dead.
Yeah,
Well, you're trying
because
to
the
tell me
parents
that
never made it out.
You're trying to tell me that nobody noticed a millionaire, a teacher, what else was there? A millionaire, a teacher, and I forgot what the other two were. One of them was just like a trophy wife kind of deal.
Yeah, and then the other one
And then
was
the fourth
fucking
And then the fourth one.
Augustus Gloop's mom just worked at the freaking dad's butchery.
Yeah, so you're trying to tell me two relatively important figures just gone. And they're like, the police covered it up and nobody said a word? Nah, that's nonsense.
Well,
That's tomfoolery.
You might have a
I
point. with
found
that
the
one.
hole.
I will give
I
you that
found
one.
the hole.
I will give you that one.
I've sunk your Titanic.
But it doesn't change the fact that it happened, though.
I mean, I guess.
When
I mean,
the aftermath of
realistically-
the aftermath of the effect, the aftermath of the action doesn't change the action, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I can't even poke a hole in that part of it. He
Yep.
definitely killed a bunch of kids. I will
Yep.
give you that one. There's no doubt about that.
Turn them in chocolate.
But people definitely were concerned about it.
Oh, absolutely. There's no way that they weren't.
I'll fight you tooth and nail on that one because I know.
No, there's no way. There's no way that they weren't, because like your family member goes somewhere, and they don't come back. You're like, the fuck, you know?
Hold on now.
Exactly.
Jeff went to a chocolate factory.
Yeah. So like, there are probably issues after that happened, but
Oh, yeah.
like during, it's fucking what was done. Fucking was done.
All right. I'll give you that one. Is there anything else you have thought up or have left?
The only thing that I have now, because we are at the whopping 26-minute mark, is the question of the evening, which, once again, as you guys remember from the last episode, if you guys stayed tuned, I came up with one then, and I'm going to try to do my best to do this every episode that I do. But the question is, where the fuck is the uniodized salt, and why is the government hiding it from us?
You work for the government, physically.
Yeah, it's going to be nothing.
Also,
You think they
hold
don't
on.
hide shit from us?
Hold on. What would be the use in uniodized salt?
I don't know, but it's fucking not anywhere. And where is it at? Why do we not have it?
It's obviously it's being used to
Is it though?
be put in the water. They put
Salt
they
water
put-
isn't being able to be used though. Is
No,
that why
no,
it's
no, no.
iodized? Is so we can eat
It's
it?
uniodized. It's uniodized
Yes.
because it's you can't taste the salt, and they drop it in the shape of penises because they're trying to turn everyone gay.
I don't think
That's
you
my
can say
theory.
that.
That's my
Right.
theory.
No.
That's just believe it or not.
You were-
it's just a
This
game
was actually
theory.
going somewhere fairly solid until the end there. And it's like, oh, it's
just
no
a game
merit
theory.
anymore. It's,
But
hate
that's
you.
that's my theory.
But, all right.
That's all I
everybody.
got.
That's all I got. So, all right, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed this episode as much as you did with the last one, because I saw that the views and everything for the first episode of this were actually pretty good. So
There was one dislike though, so whoever
I
that
don't know who
is,
that
you're
was,
a nerd.
but like, I'm sorry. We'll do like. You didn't leave a comment to tell us why we suck, so we can't do better.
I'm
so
not
that's
sorry.
on you, man. See, there you go.
If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. I can't change your opinion.
I mean, that's a fact, but, c'est la vie. Don't say it.
I don't
say
like
it.
celery.
God damn it. Anyway,
Well, I think that's gonna be it for episode 2.
yeah, that's all we got. So, yeah, if you guys are on YouTube, fucking like, subscribe, Spotify. I'm broke and don't have that, so I don't know how that works, even though I don't have to pay for that, but that's irrelevant right now.
It's free. You can get a free version.
Doesn't
it says
matter.
ads.
And once again, that's not how it works, but it's irrelevant. I've already said it, and I can't take it back. So,
Either way.
either who. Like, I don't know how it works. If you can like that, sweet. Like it. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Tell your friends. Let everybody know. And,
Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, we have an Instagram, too.
That's
we
the
can
only
put that.
social media we have.
Yeah, we could probably put that in the description below if you guys want to check that out.
Yeah, I mean, I think I put it in. I don't remember if I put it in the last episode or not. I've been
No.
every description I make at like I edit these and I make these like the day before, and every description I put in, I'm half awake when I put them in. So the
Nice.
last one, well, the one for the last UH we did about the moon landing, I just go, "Is the moon real? Is it fake? Why is Ryan obsessed with Fred Durst?" And that
That's
was
fair.
it.
I saw that. It was good. But, yeah, that's all. Bye-bye.
All right, goodbye.